Welcome back, everyone. I hope I have everybody's attention here. Okay, how many of you have previously attended the InnoHEALTH conference? So, are there any wild guesses what happens in the end of the conference?
Yes, we get the prize.
Yes, absolutely right. We get the prizes. So it's the much awaited Innovator Pitches and Awards, where brilliant ideas wrapped in creativity collide with the future of healthcare. Today we stand at the edge of something extraordinary. We are about to witness a lineup of visionary minds who are not just thinking outside the box, they have tossed the box aside altogether. These innovators are here to unveil solutions that will not just disrupt healthcare but transform it entirely. These are not mere ideas, they are catalysts for change, the seeds of a future where healthcare is not just a service but a vibrant ecosystem woven with threads of innovation, compassion, and a little bit of magic. And of course, we have a stellar panel of judges, each an expert in their field, ready to evaluate their groundbreaking concepts and celebrate the pioneers who are leading the charge towards a healthier and a smarter world. So let us commence the session with enthusiasm. So I would be calling out the jury members, but given the fact that we have already got a good tea break with you having tea in your hands and I can see some cookies, I would expect some energy from you. Because we'll have the presentations, we'll have the presenters, we already have our jury members. Alright, so we have a deal there? Do we? Yes. So, I will be calling out the jury members. I would like to welcome Brigadier Dr. Rakesh Dutta. Please, a huge round of applause. Brigadier Dr. Rakesh Dutta is the founder organizing chairperson of Impact, an annual workshop on medical writing conducted by MJAFI at Armed Force Medical College, Pune. He is an ENT specialist consultant with over 24 years specialist experience. Please put your hands together. Next, I would like to invite Professor Saurav Gupta. Professor Saurav Gupta is an assistant professor of biomedical engineering in NIT Raipur. He is a graduate in biomedical engineering with a PhD in the area of optical tomography from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Please put your hands together. One of our jury members are yet to come, hopefully very soon. So we'll be continuing with whatever the presentations we had to go for. There are basic instructions for the ones who are presenting. You will only get 7 minutes for describing the presentation and 3 minutes would be taken by the jury members for a Q&A round. I hope the instructions are clear. So I would first like to welcome our very first presenter, Arun Agrawal. Please clap for him and wish him good luck.
This is working, right? Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for selecting Janitri. I am founder of Janitri. Janitri is a Sanskrit word of mother. We are a Bangalore-based company focusing on pregnancy, labor and newborn monitoring devices and software, ultimately to reduce MMR and IMR in our country or other developing world. So in one of our state in northern India, one of a lady who was perfectly fine started getting the labor pain. She got admitted to a nearest primary healthcare center, but unfortunately the stillbirth happened. And what was the reason? It was just a lack of monitoring and early decision making by the healthcare professional. And that is something what is not just for her, it is millions of the mother and newborn which are dying during the phase of pregnancy, labor and newborn. And after I visited 100+ hospitals across the country, almost for 1 year, we figured out a challenge, which is a lack of critical vitals monitoring and early decision making. And that is something what Janitri is solving ultimately with the wearable plus AI enabled solutions, which can be deployed in this phase of 1,000 days journey of pregnancy, labor and newborn. And healthcare professionals can use this product to monitor each and every vitals during this phase, and they can take decisions. For example, starting from first trimester to newborn become 2-year-old, we are building this particular technology considering hospital as a first segment, and now we are moving towards the home monitoring segment. What we have done so far, it's been a journey of 8 years, and the first 5 years was purely focused on R&D, product development, the commercialization of the first product, and the last 3 years we have been scaling up. Now we have deployed the product in more than 600 plus hospitals across the country, both in public and private. More than 1.5 lakhs mothers have been monitored from our devices and solutions. Alerts has been came. Based on these monitoring and early alerts, more than 8,000 mothers' lives or the newborns' lives has been saved. We are a very IP heavy company, so we are building an IP portfolio around these products. 19 plus patents filed, 8 plus patents already have been granted. So altogether, we are making this impact in the maternal and newborn area. We're almost in every state in India when it comes to our hospital products deployment, working with couple of government, both in public and private sector. Apart from India, there are similar countries like Southeast Asia, Africa, South America. They are also facing the similar kind of a challenges in terms of MMR and IMR. And that is where also we have started exporting our solutions based on these inbound queries, and that is where we also see us as an international problem and international product for us. In the last 8 years of our journey, multiple partners have supported us. Without that, it would have not been possible. Like, we've received a grants from Gates Foundation, UNICEF have procured and deployed, MSD for Mother have procured and deployed. Lot of partners working towards in this segment have actually helped us in this particular journey, and we have been able to scale up specifically both in public and private sector. So let's innovate for saving life at birth, and this is from Janitri, and I am open for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun. That's very heartening to know. You said you have a sort of basket of innovations which you have rolled out. If you were to rate your top 2 innovations and how they have innovated or changed the landscape, which used to be there and which is now, out of these basket, can you just elaborate?
Yeah. So if you look at, we started our journey from a labor monitoring, right? That was our first problem statement which we started at Janitri. What we have seen, the couple of critical vitals parameters like fetal heart rate, contraction, maternal heart rate, baby kick, these are all important vitals to monitor, but unfortunately these parameters are not getting monitored. The staff versus patient ratio is very low, so hence they never get to know about what's happening with the fetus, and hence ultimately tends to stillbirth if there is something wrong. So we have this very portable small Doppler and Toco plus patch based product which talks to the mobile application, monitors these 4 vitals parameter which we deployed in the hospital setting, and that is our most selling item also, and that is the product which is also scaling up. Recently only we have introduced our newborn product which is just started going into the demo mode. But yeah, our most selling or most scaling up item is the labor monitoring product.
So any technology which you are demonstrating not exist. One is of course broadcasting and analyzing using an app. I would like to put the biological aspect of it. When you are using this particular innovation, any innovation has been done in the product, the medical product. I understand it's being analyzed and it's being transmitted, but I want to know about the product.
Yeah, so if you look at KRCM, which is a patch, which is actually ECG plus EMG principle based patch, which actually picks fetal ECG, uterine electromyography and maternal ECG to actually gives you the fetal heart rate, uterine contraction and maternal heart rate. without even knowing the fetus position. So that is one of the innovation which we have done it from scratch. Number two, if you look at on the newborn side, a small again patch works on the ECG just for the neonatal and newborn. If you go to NICU and PICU, you will see a big bulky machine with the wired probes and all across the newborn. This is a small patch which again gives you all these parameters: respiration rate, temperature, pulse rate, variability and all. These are all innovation which we have developed from scratch, and we carry a patents on this.
Thank you. Hi, you already have a successful startup. So I just want to ask, like, what were one or two challenges that you came across out of your work from which you have come up?
So I mean, considering medtech as a startup, definitely one of the challenge in India is lot many investors do understand this space. So funding is definitely a challenge in this particular space, and it's a very deep tech, but very less investors do understand that. But then that is where the government grants coming into picture that really helped us in reaching at that particular stage to the revenue stage, and that is where also then investors comes into picture. Now I think this medical device regulatory body is also becoming tough. So sudden changes in classification of these categories of product and defining, we have to make sure that we are adhere to that. Number two is that if you look at in our field, this scalability will only come with the government, and doing business with government is not easy at all, right? So you have to deal with a lot of people, you have to deal with a lot of distributors in that. And every country is a highly regulated country when it comes to medical device. So you just cannot launch it in any other country. You have to go through all these approvals process and all. These are the couple of challenges.
Okay, good. So I think now we can open it to the audience, and if you want to ask some questions, you can please raise your hand. Any questions from the audience?
Patents, what do you think about the clinical trials? Were you doing any RCT-based trials studies?
Yeah, so that is an important, definitely an important role or important department in medical device companies. So we have a very strong clinical partnership with couple of AIIMS and medical colleges, and along with them we actually keep doing a lot of studies and pilot and keep publishing the paper. So we have 8+ publications which are already there, where we have proven the accuracy of the product from the sensitivity, specificity perspective, where we have proven the impact also, like, okay, with product, without product, how many stillbirth it has prevented. So all of these things has been published. So yes, we have a very focused, dedicated team also in the team who takes care of these publication and studies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, thank you so much, Mr. Varun. I would like to welcome retired Commander Gaurav Sharma, one of the jury members. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. Retired Commander Gaurav Sharma served as a naval officer. He is an alumnus of National Defence Academy and was commissioned in July 2001. Please welcome him. Now we'll be proceeding with the second presenter. I invite Mr. Tanjot Singh on the stage to please present.
Hello everyone, I am Tanjot Singh from She Enterprises. So as you may all know, as we all live in Delhi right now, and we all know the fact that air pollution is a major concern worldwide. And we know that there are many sources of pollution here in this city, like industrial exhaust, home cooking, and various other sources like industries which cause pollution. So to tackle this problem, we have established our company, She Enterprises. So basically today we are presenting one of our products, Home Shield. So the problem we all know is that air pollution is the major concern worldwide, and it affects our respiratory health very much. And you know, it causes various respiratory diseases like asthma, COPD, bronchitis, etc. And we need to tackle this problem very much. So the various particles which cause this problem, which are the root cause of this problem, are the particulate matter, sulfur and nitrogen oxides, carbon dioxide, and various other gases like TVOCs. So to tackle this problem, we have come up with a solution, Home Shield.
Can trigger inflammation as your system tries desperately to fight back.
So as you can see, there are various sources of pollution which cause these particles and cause these various respiratory diseases. So our solution tackles this problem of air pollution in your homes by using innovative water sprinkler technology. As we have seen in rain, that when it falls rain in the city, we also observe that the pollution level generally decreases. This is due to the tendency of water absorbing various particles when it falls on them. So this fan in our prototype will suck the air from your surroundings, and as you know, this is Home Shield, an air purifier for your homes. So this fan will suck the air from your surroundings and send it to the chamber. Here it will mix with water in the form of sprinkler, so that the particles such as PM2.5, PM10 and various other particles which cause diseases dissolve in the water and drainage. Circulated many times, like for almost 2 weeks, the water will be recirculated and will keep cleaning the air of your homes. At the second stage, we have UV light, which will kill virus, molds and bacteria from the air. At the third stage, we have activated charcoal light, which will further increase the efficacy by absorbing various gaseous pollutants from the air.
So we also have a relay module in this which will keep your energy conserved. This will work for 5 minutes and will stop for 3 minutes.
So this relay module will basically control the humidity levels in your home as we have some concerns, and it will also help to save the energy of your appliances. And as you can see, this is the sprinkler technology which we are using, and at the third bit we have UV light which is used to kill virus and bacteria from the air. So we have tested the prototype basically in a lab, in a controlled environment, and we have got about 90% reduction in pollution level in terms of PM2.5 and PM10 levels. Now, let's test our prototype in the environment. So as you can see, we are using the slope in our using the second step.
As you can see, this is the kind of area that we have placed that is and activated charcoal in this.
And maybe the pollution level in terms of PM2.5 and PM10 positive. So at the base level, you can see the pollution level goes to around 200 ppm, which is very hazardous for the health. And as you've seen in the news that the pollution level in Delhi has touched around 500 ppm. So as you can see, the pollution level is to fresh concentration when the soil is precipitated with water in the upstream. So as you can see, our product has the capacity to clean the air pollution in your homes by using simple water filter technology by up to 90%. We are also planning to add some natural fiber-based filter to further increase its efficacy. And the goal of our company is to that basically we know that India is a cost-conscious company. We know that the air purifiers present in current market can cost up to rupees 30,000 rupees, which is very unaffordable for any common person, and he keeps on suffering from these illness every year. So our goal is to establish our product in every household to clean the air at the cost of rupees 4,600 rupees, which can be very affordable for a common person in our country. And basically our product will be only website get also an app developed so that you can control all the systematic of this unit.
With the help of the ESP module in this.
And we have also got 6 months CW fellowship, and right now we are also researching to complete this prototype by March 2025. After that it will be established and tested and it will be finalized, and after that it will be a complete seller product. Thank you.
Tanjot, last year study.
I'm in 10th standard.
So first of all, a great round of applause. We have ventured and done something about anything, whatever but he's done something, and that's really remarkable, and congratulations at this young age of all of you. How many students are you?
We are only 2 students right here.
Oh, great. Tanjot? Look, you must have done an analysis of the competition pretty well.
Yes.
So what do you think is the challenge or something which your product does not meet, which the competitors have as of now?
Sir, we have actually talked to some potential consumers of our product, and we have seen that they are concerned about its efficacy really, but when we will establish it in the stores and they will actually see a live demo of this and will trust that it is finally working and it is actually cleaning the air at what fraction of the cost of the other purifiers, because they have trusted the companies Honeywell and all, and they are trusted companies. They also have purifiers, but they cost too much. But we have to gain the trust of the consumers, and that is the problem which we are facing right now.
Hi Tanjot, good afternoon. First of all, my congratulations to you. You are trying to solve a problem which affects all of us, and it is going to affect many more people as we go into the future. So first of all, can you tell me if there is any published research on the filtration system which you are using? Because usually for air purification we use HEPA filters.
Yes.
So is there any published research on this?
Not right now, sir, but the HEPA filters are very expensive, that's why we are not using that.
Sir, we have seen the phenomenon of rain falling onto pollution and controlling the air pollution in the city. So that phenomenon we have implemented in the system.
Understood. So this is a completely new innovation and there is no...
Yeah, basically that's our goal, to have some new technology controlling air pollution rather than traditional purification.
Understood. So very good. I mean, I was just asking if there is any reference to the you have done or you have done it on your own.
It's a new thing, sir.
Fantastic. So good, your prototype is there, and as you move forward, my suggestion would be when you make a claim that 90% of the pollutants are reduced, you also have to quantify that in how much of time and for how much of area.
So basically we tested in a 10 by 10 by 10, so about 1000 cubic feet room, and it was able to clean it in 20 to 25 minutes. And if we expect a bigger room, we can have a bigger model and we can change the fans accordingly.
Understood. And also you can just start working out now that you're going to launch a product that When do we need to replace your filters and what will be the approximate cost?
So only the activated charcoal bed needs to be maintained and replaced every 8 months roughly, which is subject to usage. Like in a heavy usage, it can go down up to 6 months. Otherwise, no need to replace anything. You have to just like spill out the water using this clip, and after that the water will come out and you can enter with the water again once in 2 weeks.
Okay, great, fantastic.
So like we can open it for the audience if somebody has to ask some questions.
I would like to really compliment you and let us know if you need any support. I have a neighbor who is selling a similar system but only for 1 lakh rupees. Okay.
Sir, we are telling you last month we went to IIT Delhi for the same exhibition and we have got about 1 lakh rupees of funding from there, and after that it will be finalized, and like that's the thing.
Yeah, so I would not like to tell you, I will only, because here is not my role to tell you, but I would only like to encourage you to say that when this neighbor of mine took me to his setup, the only thing that was convincing, because he took a meter, outside his office was something like 200, inside his office was 50. And then he said this is because of the system he has put, and he has put it at exhaust level. So it's one system for the entire house.
And that's exactly the thing which we are doing.
Exactly. So I'm just trying to compliment you. So kudos to you. Great work.
Any consumer here which is looking for buying an air purifier?
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call Rishabh Ranjan Jha for his presentation. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon all. My name is Rishabh Ranjan Jha from the Department of Biomedical, National Institute of Technology, Raipur. Firstly, I would like to tell about the problem that we are trying to solve, or what exactly we are trying to build. So you might have heard about electrolyte level monitoring systems using IoT. This used to be one of the most common projects and most fascinating one, because nurses have a workload that they have to check the IV fluid levels, that what exactly is the level, and if the bottle gets emptied, that it can cause some complications like air embolism, or sometimes, or in most of the cases, the blood flows upwards due to the pressure, and this can cause certain kinds of complications. So if we want to convert such projects into a product, then we have to sometimes think that what exactly the market needs. And if we understand that what exactly the market needs, then I would like to highlight the third point. The patients, not the doctors, neither the caregivers know that what is the exact time that the IV fluid bottle will take to get emptied. Whether it will take half an hour, it will take 15 minutes, or it will take 10 minutes. If they know that this much is the time that it will take to get emptied, so they can plan it accordingly, that whether to call the nurse and when to call the nurse. So here we can understand why we are creating to reduce burden on nurses. What is the demand? A demand is of a solution that automatically monitors the IV fluid levels and alerts the staff to prevent such risk. What is the need? Need is to create a system which can estimate the real time which a IV fluid bottle can take to get emptied. So what exactly we are building is a real-time system through which when the nurse is not at the location, she can get real-time updates that what is the fluid level exactly, or we can say what is the rate of change of weight of the fluid levels. And the next thing and the most important thing is she will get alerts when the fluid level gets below certain thresholds. And the most important thing that we are working on is we are creating a self-adaptive timer which can just help the caregivers and the patient that they can know that how much time it will take to get emptied exactly, so that they can prevent all such cases. So the key features of our project is the automation, which is reducing the workload on the nurses, data-driven predictions through which we are predicting that this much amount of time the IV fluid bottle will take to get emptied, and the seamless mobile access through which we are getting alerts, as well as in future we are trying to work that we can control the IV drip set using a cap which can directly turn off even when the nurse is not at the location.
Now, if we talk about the market opportunity, then we can say our serviceable obtainable market lies in hospitals, general wards, and home care facilities in tier 1 and metro cities, and this number is around 360 to 576 crores. If we talk about serviceable available market, then this comes as hospitals, general wards, and home care facilities in tier 2 cities and other cities of India, and this number is around 7,200 crores. And if we consider the total addressable market, then this covers all the healthcare environments to which IV monitoring system is related, and this number is around 12,000 crores. Now, so where this device can be used? Apart from the normal IV fluid monitoring, we can use this device during blood transfusions, as because the blood has to be delivered in a specific time interval, and our real-time self-adaptive timer which we used in this device ensures that the blood can be delivered in that specific time. And apart from the blood transfusions, we can use this in peritoneal dialysis also, similarly like we use in normally monitoring IV fluid monitoring system.
If we talk about the technology, that through what technology we are creating that self-adaptive timer, so we are exactly collecting the data sets, like we are collecting the rate of change of weight, the change in weight according to the time. In every interval of 10 seconds, we are just collecting the data of the weight, and through that data, we are collecting that data through every points of the drip knob is set. Every positions of the drip, we are collecting that data, and through that we are training that model so that we can create a self-adaptive timer through that. Why do we need these many data sets? Because the rate of flow of the IV fluid bottles not only depends on the position of the drip, but it also depends on various biological factors like blood pressure, vascular resistance, body temperature, and positioning of the subject. So that's why we have to collect those data sets, and according to that we have to train our model. So we have collaborated with Viva Hospitals Raipur for the purpose of data collection and testing, and through that only we have collected the data, and we found that the graph that we plotted between the rate of change of weight, or we can say the change in weight and the time, and it came out to be linear. Through that we can predict that it is possible to create a self-adaptive timer that we have created. If we talk about what exactly we are going to sell. So we are going to sell two types of stands with inbuilt. The first one is with inbuilt timer functionality through which we can estimate that how much time it is going to take for the fluid bottle to get emptied. And the second type of stand will have the same feature with integrated IoT functionality through which the nurses can get alerts, as well as if they are not at the location, they can know that what is the level of the fluid, and also that the rate of change of weight of the fluid. If we talk about go-to-market strategy, then that strategy is we are collaborating with different hospitals, and these hospitals which will in turn get converted into our first customers. If we talk about competitive landscape, so similar projects have been done, but the difference that we are creating is this real-time self-adaptive timer which does not exist, and also we are creating IoT-enabled dual types of stand, one with timer functionalities and other with IoT integration as well. So we are open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishabh. So what I understand is the IV stand is the innovation. The stand is the innovation.
Yeah, stand is the innovation.
Stand is the innovation. So there's a weighing mechanism in that?
Sir, what?
Is there a weighing mechanism in the stand?
Yeah, it is a weighing mechanism through which the system calculates the rate of change of weight, and according to that it predicts that how much time it will take for the bottle to get emptied.
Fair enough. So practically what you are suggesting is that the IV stand should be changed.
Yeah, exactly.
What you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I was just a bit confused there. When you say it's focused on the resource-limited hospital settings, now don't you think it's adding on to another device which needs probably some power, it needs another, I'm sure it will be powered as well, this IV
Yes,
stand.
sir.
It will also need power backup maybe.
Yes, sir. If we talk about why I mentioned resource-limited hospital setting, because we can understand that the solution to this problem already exists as infusion pumps. But infusion pumps are not used in general wards or resource-limited hospital setting because they are expensive. So they are generally used in ICUs. So we are creating a similar thing for general wards so that it can help there too, because the problem exists there also.
And secondly, when you use the word IoT, what exactly are you meaning in this context?
Sir, IoT, it means that the nurse is not at the location, but still she can get, as I show the screenshot. So when the nurse is not at the location, she will be able to see what is the level of the fluid in terms of weight, that what is the weight of the fluid at that particular instant. With that, she can predict that what is the level of the fluid.
Thank you.
One question. So have you done a survey with the actual hospitals?
Yeah.
What will be the utility of this?
Sir, we have conducted surveys as well as we have talked to different doctors as well. We have Dr. Arun Joshi, member of Board of Directors, Viva Hospitals Raipur as our mentor, and Dr. Rakesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Nephrology, AIIMS Raipur, as our mentor. So they have also suggested that such type of system can be used in general wards, and they need it too. If we talk about the IoT functionality, then we can say that IoT functionality is not everywhere needed, but the real-time self-adaptive timer, this can be of great use, because patients and caregivers can also know that how much time they have to wait or at what time they have to call nurses as well.
Any questions from the audience?
Yes, sir.
It's definitely very useful, but one has to really look into the practical use of it, because at the how many hospitals, it is something which is required at each bedside.
Yeah.
Fine, but if it is going to be sustainable, one-time investment, it may not be a problem. But if it is not sustainable and you need replacement frequently or some maintenance, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Sir, ma'am, one more thing that I would like that if we try to implement such type of stands in hospitals, so for that what we are creating, so that it will be easy to use actually. So with every stand we will have a specific QR codes. I am talking about the stand with IoT integration, specific QR codes. Then the nurse will scan the QR code, just will log into that, and then she will be able to get real-time updates. When the task is over, she can just log out from that, and then she can log into another stand as well. So through that mechanism it will be implemented. And if we talk about if whether it will become a problem, so we are looking forward to it. Firstly, we are developing the technology, and then we can implement and can learn from that. Yes, ma'am, we can use for all the drugs. Just one more thing that I will like to add, that we are calculating the weight, and the weight will also capture the weight of the bottle, and the weight of bottle will be different. So we are calibrating our system with those particular values. For example, a 100 ml of fluid bottle and a 500 ml of fluid bottle, both will have different weights. Not the fluid, but the bottles will have different weights. So we are calibrating the system. We can switch from the 100 ml bottle to 500 ml bottle with different setups. We can just show the stand. We have a stand.
I mean, molecular structure of the drug also matters here in that way, like high molecular drugs, low molecular drugs.
But ma'am, as we are calculating the weight, so if the weight is different, then
This is very precise because see, I have this IV pumps are the one which calculates precisely and it administers precisely. That is the reason it has been recommended in all the intensive care units. So because a little error, it can make the excess of fluid to be introduced or less of the fluids to be introduced. The timing, the set timing, particular drug is kept in a 60 drops per hour. Some drugs are kept 40 drops per hour. So there's a variation in the drugs prescribed for the patient. So this is not going to affect anywhere because of the stand or the structurized IoT, whatever.
Ma'am, for the same reason, we have to collect lots of data sets through which we can train our model. We have to collect for different drugs, for different patients, and we can say for different weight of fluid bottle that I earlier said, 100 ml, 500 ml or whatever.
Very true, because it varies. That shouldn't affect the patient outcome or some side effects because of the complications. As you said rightly, it has to be really checked on for every drug, whether it is tested, whether it can be administered. And only I think we can take it even to the general wards.
Currently, the accuracy for the timer that we have created is around 98.3%. We are looking forward to make it more accurate and more feasible for the hospital.
Okay, thank you, but it's really very good, innovative, and definitely is going to save the time of analysis. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just one suggestion from my side. One person may be monitoring more than one stand. So you should make it adaptive of the number of bottles which can come in and go in your arm.
Yes, sir. That also we will look forward to. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Rishabh Ranjan Jha and team. Please give them a huge round of applause. Next, I would like to call Mr. Sandeep to proceed with his presentation.
Shall I start? A very good evening to all of you. Myself Sandeep, PhD research scholar from Raipur, Mohali. Specialized in protein biopharmaceuticals. I will give insights on my my drug BiSpekDAb, which is a dual targeting bispecific antibody for the anti-inflammatory purposes. And if you see the biopharmaceuticals, which are the medicinal products from the living organisms, if we see its market, which is huge, are currently around $300 billion, and if we see its products, which are like cell and gene therapy, recombinant proteins, hormones, vaccines, and maps. Out of all these, the major product is the maps, which is covering at around 40% of it. Reason is that it has a diverse applications as an anti-cancers, organ transplant, antibacterial, antiviral, immunosensors, immunoimaging, and anti-inflammatory. Because of their prime selectivity and prime specificity, making them as the best alternatives. And I want to introduce a new discovery about the nanobody. As you can see, it is a full-length heavy chain conventional antibody. But in 1989 in Belgium by Dr. Hammers, it was found that the camelot species, they lack the light chain, and further study concluded out that only the antigen binding region has a specific feature they can be used individually. So there are certain features like small sized, only 12 to 15 kilodalton, so they can easily penetrate the tissues. Have an additional feature, it has curved CDR3 so that it can bind to the cryptic regions, and because of small size, it has a good like easy to engineer and highly stable in different temperature and pH, so it can be used as to overcome the challenges with the conventional antibody. It is so surprising to state that the inflammation, which is self-defensive, it is responsible for the more than 50% of the death worldwide. Reason because that certain conditions cause the acute inflammation as a defense, but certain factors like exposure of the persistent exposures, genetic factors, immune dysregulations convert it into the chronic, responsible for the different diseases. So, and in this mainly is the hyperactivation of the immune cells on which different cytokines are responsible. Out of all these, TNF-alpha and IL-23 are the main regulator bind to the respective receptors, cause release of the other cytokines, IL-1, 17 and etc. So we can say that they are the main drivers. If we can stop them, we can control the inflammations. So we thought, why can't we have a single protein which can bind to both of them? So we come up with a bispecific antibody. As you can see, the monospecific antibody bind to single antigen, but bispecific bind to the two different. Rationale is that monospecific limited to single, but as many conditions are like multifaceted, require multiple to be targeted. So bispecific antibody can be used here. So this is our inventions. BiSpekDAb, which is we filed a patent for this, in which we are fusing anti-IL-23 nanobody to anti-TNF-alpha using flexible to a half-life extension partner, human serum albumin, using flexible linker so that it can bind to the both targets at a single time. This is its 3D structures, and this is the scheme which we used to follow. We construct the gene and then we purify, like producing in PK storage expression system, which is very cost effective as compared to the mammalian expression system. And these are the old data, and this is a prototype also. We are getting a very much pure, more than 85% of the proteins, and different cellular assays, ELISA we have done, and we found that our antibody bind as well as neutralize the biological functions of the both TNF-alpha and the IL-23. And then we thought in which disease we will use, so we come up with the severe asthma. Why? Because severe asthma is a condition which is that much worse that patient literally beg for the breath during his attack. So we did, and it is the second most leading cause of the respiratory disorders. Every day 1,000 persons are dying because of asthma, and it is all over the world. India has more mortality rate in asthma, and 1 in every 12 children, 1 in 12 adults having asthma. And we did animal study for which we use Vistar rats, and then we found that BiSpekDAb reduce the exacerbation rate, improve the lung functions, and improve the cell profiling as well as reduce the inflammations. And with a single visual, I want to show that what BiSpekDAb can do. That red one is the asthma rat, and the yellow one is the asthma which is treated with BiSpekDAb. As you can see that asthma rat is having high exacerbation, but the treated animal is like breathing perfectly normal. So this is the all work we have done, and now we are making into a second variant in which we are replacing human serum albumin with the transparent molecule so that we can transfer this antibody to the brain also to cross the blood-brain barriers. And this is the 3D structures, and we we are using it for the stroke, in which every 20 seconds, and in every 20 seconds one person is getting stroke in India, and it is the third leading cause of the death in India, and we have done its POC. And in the data, as you can say that the percentage survival as well as the TTC, like in TTC more the like white color, more the stroke. As you can see that the BiSpekDAb reduced the infarct size, as well as BiSpekDAb also prevented the brain damage in this. So this is the whole concept that TNF-alpha IL-23 bind to are ready to bind to the receptors to cause the inflammation, but BiSpekDAb prevent the binding and control the inflammations. And these are certain awards which we received like for the BiSpekDAb. These are not only awards, these are the appreciations. Recently we NBAC 2024 won, and then Dr. Y. Subbarao Award awarded by the FABA, and then certain oral presentations and Young Scientist Awards. And we have a plan that currently we did this stage 1 like discovery and early development. Now we are at the stage 2 where we are going for the scale up formulation, safety, PK studies, and like by next 2035 we are in this process. I acknowledge, first I want to thank to the InnoHEALTH organizations for this wonderful opportunity, and I thank my funding agencies like DST Sir, and I want to meet the team myself, Sandeep, PhD scholar, my team member Saurav Shinde, and my wonderful supervisor Professor Abhaj Pandey, and pharmacological experts Professor Syama Sharma, and I honor all this study to the countless lab animals for their like sacrifice for the humanity. Thank you. Open for the questions, please.
Congratulations, Sandeep, for patenting and this.
Thank
What's
you,
your plan of you? Of course, I understand the need, but what's the plan of doing a clinical test on these?
Sir, actually these are the biopharmaceuticals. Large molecule require more study and more efficacy data. So right now we are at the stage 3, or basically I can say that TRL 3-4.
You have a safety profile?
Safety, right now we are like planned, currently going on. I am PhD student, so safety animals approved, and like we are in the process. But in that study we use Perse group as a pilot safety study. Till now we have not found any adverse effect, lesser than the only some immune cells were high. Reason is that we used human protein to administer into the animals. We didn't use any humanized animals, but in safety study we will get all this data. Yes.
So this entire project has been done within your department, within NIPER, or you will
right now within NIPER, but what formulations we are planning to collaborate with the different companies. We are in talk to 1 or 2 companies which are like in regular conversation with NIPERs.
Okay.
But till now it is within NIPER only, but in 2 departments, biotech department and pharmacology departments.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi Sandeep, congratulations on fantastic work there.
Thank you, sir.
So just wanted to check, other than your organization, which are the other organizations which are working in exactly the same field, and what has been the contribution in the research from the other agencies?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. This is a good questions. Actually, in India, no one is working on this bispecific antibody, but one company, Abling's company, is working on this. They are also making the same bispecific antibody, but their structure is different. They are not using half-life action partner as a human serum albumin. They are using some other not exact half-life action partner. They are making bispecific, but so their size is also different. Their half-life will also be different, and their efficacy will also be different. And they enter in phase 1 clinical trial, but we are planning in some other days. Definitely we will compare the efficacy only at the last, and they are using mammalian expansion system, so it will cause high price, but we are making a process which is PK apostolic, very very cost effective for production.
I would request the audience to ask any question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, audience.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sandeep. I know the participants are really excited to know the results as soon as possible, but you will have to wait, and we'll be coming up with the results shortly. The winner of e-poster. So the winner is Dr. Ankit Kumar Sahu, Emergency Medicine, AIIMS, Delhi. Unfortunately, he is not here, but he definitely deserves a big round of applause. So please clap for Dr. Ankit.
I must admit, to begin with, there was a bit of an ethical dilemma which we all had, and we went through the process of rating them very objectively, and with the spirit behind why this particular contest is being held. So one of the reasons why InnoHEALTH is being held is to encourage innovators and young people. It's a Young Innovators Award, and when we come to young innovators, there is no prize for guessing who is the youngest. So, first of all, I must mention the gentleman number one, that is Mr. Arun Agrawal, has demonstrated a wonderful, I'm not giving a ranking, I'm just telling you, just a common opinion, has been showing a wonderful set of innovations, not one but multiple, of which he already holds patents and all. So perhaps, I think the platform which he probably needs is, or this thing is far beyond the scope of this particular this thing. So I think we should honorably mention him and encourage him that yes, he's doing a fantastic job. He's already got products which are being exported, and to that extent probably we acknowledge his presence here and we thank his presentation, but I think he probably needs a bigger award. So the next we come to is the three people who are left. So we'll start from Sandeep. So Sandeep, you're doing a fantastic job. Making biological is not an easy job. And the amount of hard work, research which is needed in doing biologicals, and the amount of lab work, as a doctor know, dealing with animals, sitting with them and sort of marking their behavior, and actually at the end of the day you don't even know whether it will work. So it's a fantastic job and I must congratulate you and really applaud your efforts. And he's doing something innovative where he's trying to target two things on one antibody. Fantastic. I wish you all the success, and I hope, because the cost of biologicals is a major challenge for India, and if you are able to do something, it will be great. Again, we observed that you've been getting good backing from Government Institute as well as from BiSpekDAb. So I think this platform really may not be the right platform for you to be this thing, but everyone who's come here is a winner to begin with, okay? So don't take it that way. But thanks for your wonderful innovation, and I hope the country benefits from that. So we have two people left, Tanjot and Rishabh. And so any guesses who's number two? Okay, I'll go by popular vote. So second in our ranking has been Rishabh Ranjan Jha. Rishabh has addressed a very important problem, which is a problem which can have potential to do a lot of change in hospitals all over the country and even internationally. It's a simple innovation. They say the simplest ideas are the most are the best. We used a very simple idea of just measuring changes of weight. He's just measuring a change of weight of a particular device or a particular bottle, and based on the rate of change of that, he is trying to give an alarm. So if I can just simplify it for you, and I think it's a wonderful thing which will have a lot of impact. And I particularly like, we all like the way he has gone into objectively gathering data before really bringing it here. He's brought out the graphs of each different types of liquids, of different types of sizes of bottles, and we wish him all success. And I think he's got a wonderful team with him, and I think he's got way to go, and best wishes to him. Finally, our winner for the day, the Young Innovator Award of InnoHEALTH 2024 goes to Mr. Tanjot Singh and his team. I know that Tanjot has put in a lot of effort. He's very passionate. He's not only doing a lot of scientific work, but the way he's putting it across is also very forceful. And he's got good marketing skills as well, I must say. So, and he's the youngest of them all. So I would tend to feel that the Young Innovator Award for the youngest is the most appropriate for this session, because he'll probably benefit the most from this platform. And the idea being behind this particular conference is to ensure that these young innovators and all these innovators get a lending, supporting hand from the organizers. And I congratulate you, both of you. You can go, you are very well done.
Heartiest congratulations to all the winners. Please give them a huge round of applause. Now I request Dr. Jasprit Dhanjal to please come on the stage to felicitate Brigadier Rakesh Dutta and Commander Gaurav Sharma. Please put your hands together for them.
Ma'am, you need to wait for the closing remarks.
Okay, I would like to invite Dr. Jasprit for the closing remarks, please.
So that's a big responsibility. So as one of the representatives from IIIT Delhi, the very first thing is I would like to thank all of you for coming here and contributing in making this event a very successful event. And unfortunately, I was not present here yesterday. So after attending the sessions today, I am really feeling that I have missed a lot yesterday itself. So that must also have been an interesting day. And you know, since morning, everyone is saying that we cannot work in silos. That is one of the statements you must be hearing again and again. But now looking at all of you, so many diverse set of minds, I'm really happy that we have people from different sectors under the same roof. As an academician, I am here, I see my colleagues here. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have young innovators, we have entrepreneurs, and we have experts who can guide these budding innovators. So I'm really happy that we have already taken an initiative, and I would like to thank. And I'm really grateful to the entire team who has really worked hard and brought together this community, which will stay, work together, and will make a lot of new innovations. So again, thank you everyone, and I hope you will continue to grow and flourish further. Thank you.
As we draw the curtains for this incredible event, we look ahead to the future of healthcare. We leave today more empowered, more connected, and more excited than ever. With this, I, Mariam Khan, bid my adieu and would like to call Mr. Sachin Gaur for vote of thanks.
So thank you everyone. Let me first start by remembering Dr. V.K. Singh. We had a great tribute for him by Major General Dr. Jagtar Singh yesterday. I think it was mesmerizing, and I could admit myself that I didn't know so many good things about Dr. V.K. Singh. in spite of working with him for 9 years. So I think that was his personality, that he did so much for the country and he spoke so less about it. And I am grateful to all the speakers who have come, contributed, grateful to the jury for making this hard work of, selecting and recognizing and encouraging people who deserve encouragement. I am also grateful to our stakeholders, to our sponsors, so that we can create this platform where people from all walks of life come together with a single purpose to, enable a change in the country which is for good, which is to support innovations in healthcare. We need lot more change. We need lot of change agents. I hope those of you who are on the other side of the stage are soon going to come here with your innovations presenting, in the future. I think somebody recently asked me, what is the difference Innovation Curious has made? And I was just wondering, the other day, had we made any difference? And I remember that during COVID, we organized 3 national level hackathons. First on our own with the ministry, second time with the union minister, third time with the prime minister. And I think that led to creation of maybe more than a dozen startups. And last year, one of those startups that was created was exhibiting here in InnoHEALTH, right? So I think for us that is the true testament that people who are coming here, many of you, maybe today, tomorrow or day after, that you will find that you are seeing and observing something that bothers you and you like to change it, and you come up with that brilliant idea and you come to InnoHEALTH and share it with the world. And I'm grateful to all the people here, in spite of their stature and experience, that we all are equals here and they enable everyone to succeed. So I think this is the enabling atmosphere. Last but not least, I should also thank IIIT Delhi for coming together, because we never wanted to be a sales oriented conference. We wanted to be in a setting where it is about multi-stakeholders, where we could also have a aspect of research. So in that sense, IIIT also has provided us that kind of right atmosphere. And I would also like to acknowledge Dr. Jaspreet here, because she is sparing the whole day for us today. And I'm grateful to you. And I'm grateful to all of you here, specifically to my team at Innovation Curious, because for them this is like, while we have spent 2 days, but they have worked throughout the year. Because many of the things that you see which are like a culmination, so for example, last year we thought about, we have to do something about climate, and then we thought how would we deal about it, and then we saw in the summers the heat waves are coming, then we had flash floods. So we don't want to talk about things, we want to do things. And when we did this climate change hackathon, so you saw a culmination of it. But then it starts by making a call. Every year we do this Young Innovators Award. You see the result, but then, it takes something, to organize in the background. Dr. V.K. Singh was very emotional about to do something for nursing sector. This year we could also start a nursing award. Hopefully that grows big and it also creates a platform for nurses to bring more innovation. So we can only do a good job if you bring to us, your ideas and suggestions and your feedback, that what is missing, what should we do differently. And I think we have enough encouragement, here in this platform, that all ideas could be taken. And with that, I would like to just acknowledge again my team here, Dr. Soumya. Please give a round for applause for her. My colleague Alok Chaudhary, Sanjay here. I don't see Clarion, Swati, Khushi or Sandali here. So yeah, so all of them are there. So everybody has tried to contribute in one way or another. Somebody is building, chatbots, or somebody is, doing something interesting, that we had this wonderful workshop, the first half. I think Dr. Avantika was there. So I would really like to acknowledge everyone's role here. Last but not the least, we have a lot of volunteers, and this is like a ground up movement the way we want to do it. So I think two wonderful people here. Tuba, she's a second time doing Master of Ceremony, so please give a round for her. We have a new face this time, Mariam. Please give a round for her as well. And then, we forget people who are behind the scenes, bringing these mementos, helping you in various ways. Please give a round for them as well. And without taking further time, I would just like to extend a warm, gratitude again to you, and hopefully we will see you next year, not just on that side, but on this side. Thank you very much.